Hey, and welcome back to segment 3 of Review Identity Immersion. I'm Avery Lane, your host, intuitive life mentor, soul activator, and thought leader. For the rest of this immersion, we are going to be going over and circling back around to the 3 core layers that make up our internal soul reflected identity. So buckle up because this segment in our immersion is where all the earth-shaking, groundbreaking realizations are going to start taking place. It's going to be a little bit of a lengthy one today. So let's get started. These layers we are intentionally going to be assessing and building upon are our thoughts, patterns, and habits. So, really quickly, an easy key to connect with the 3 circles, inner circles, that I had you visualize and draw out in the last segment. We're going to invert these circles for a second. We're going to invert these categories so we can start inwards and work our way outwards, right? These are the way it goes. In that inner circle, I had you label your feels, right? So this inner circle is your thoughts. It's the pattern of your thinking. The next circle is your emotions. It's what you feel. And in that third outer circle, right before the influencers, is your habits. And this is what you see and can connect to in your everyday daily life. So, your thoughts create your patterns, which are reflected in your habits throughout your daily life. In this part of the immersion, we're going to begin to immerse ourselves into these 3 circles. So, let's get started with your thoughts. Remember, you can pause this audio and video at any time to dive deeper into these reflective questions that are presented to you. So grab your notebook or soul worksheet and let's begin to ask yourself. Question 1, inside of the thought pattern box. When you think about what makes you, you, what are some thoughts, beliefs, memories, and stories that take front and center stage? Is it the traumatic stories that you identify as a survivor? Is it the cultural beliefs that you identify as a descendant? Is it even the patterns and habits of pouring in your blood, sweat, and tears into your passion that makes you identify as a leader? I want you to think in that first question. What do you think about when you think about you? What are your thoughts, beliefs, memories, and stories that take front and center stage in your life right now? Okay, question 2. Do these thoughts about what makes you, you, empower and elevate you, or dim and suppress your actual true self? And then the third question in this circle. When you think about who you are, who do you wish you slash what do you wish you identified as differently? Remember, what you think and believe is what you will continue to experience because you are and have been creating the patterns and inside of your emotional body is confirming all of this by feeling them out on your day to day. So if you identify as a super giving person, but you feel that you're giving tirelessly, your patterns may be resulting into people pleasing. Make sense? All right, let's get into patterns. Take a quick glance at the patterns of you. How do you operate and live your life day to day? Let's start with these questions. How do you respond differently inside into the different roles or hats that you identify as and play in your life? Question 2. Who do you become to mold into these different roles that may actually differ from your true feelings about that identity aspect? And question 3, what current patterns are you playing out in that role that is related to your identity aspect? Don't forget, you can pause this audio or video at any time to dive deeper into these reflection questions presented to you, as we have a few more to go. All right, come back to your center and take some deep breaths. I know the last few set of questions can be intense to turn inwards and answer these from a point of observation and compassion to self, where judgment is not present and what is simply gets to be what is. There are no wrong answers, just opportunities to bring awareness and the motivation to create new ways of patterns and operating. So let's talk about the last part of this segment today, which is your habits. Yikes. Some of you are either really excited about this section, and others of you are about to walk away in defeat. But trust me on this one, stay put, because you're about to be the best version of yourself and claim your true soul identity in the next few short segments following this one. Okay, so here we go. Your habits. Your habits actually instill your patterns. Your habits can be both supportive and really great for you, or they can be really self-destructive. Here's an example. Say you identify as a fitness loving enthusiast, and your patterns reflect that in the ways that you take care of yourself by instilling habitual routines of waking up every morning and going out for a walk, getting your body moving first thing. This has created an aligned habit that falls in place for you in your patterns, in your thoughts, and in your feelings, as this rings true and reflects back to your true self. You see, your patterns start out most of the time as conscious shifts to align with your identity aspects, and your habits follow suit inside of the unconscious mind. This is why the majority of coaches start out with making you aware of your habits. However, if you aren't aware of your thoughts and how those create your patterns, you won't really understand why your habits either strongly support you in your desired true soul identity or continue you in a loop of living out non-supported, undesired identity aspects. Make sense? I knew it would. Okay, so now that you have the depths and understandings to your identity layers that make up you, I'm confident in your ability to now dive in to the real and deep work. This is where the real fun actually begins. We've had to set ourselves up and understand where we're coming from so we can dive in and have fun and shifting. So in the next segment, we'll start guiding you through the release and the rewiring of your unaligned patterns and create some amazing new ones for you. Sounds fun, right? Because you are the only one that really gets to create your identity, to align with the reality you deserve and desire to experience in this lifetime. And now that we have tapped into the layers and through all of the separate aspects of you, now let's have some fun in the next segment and dive into your patterns and create some amazing new supportive habits. I'll see you inside there. See you soon.